Hi guys, Jasmine here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's YouTube video, we are going to do a highlight and contour video. So it's gonna be on this look here. I use concealers, powders, all that good stuff. So if you wanna see how I did this look, go ahead and keep on watching. All right, so I already went ahead and primed my face. I put on foundation, so we're all set to continue on with the highlight and contour. I'm just gonna clip my hair back a little bit just so it won't be in the way. So to highlight, I will be using two concealers today. I went ahead and mentioned them on my last video just because I do use them very often. But there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you can have your favorites here and there. I have like 10 favorites, but you know, I choose them here and there. Today, I'm gonna use the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer. Then I'm also going to use the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. The reason why I use these two, this one is it's light, but the second one, it's significantly lighter just because I like a bright under eye, basically mainly down here on my basically where my dark circles are. So I really like to use that, especially if I'm going out. I like that extra you know. So let's go ahead and begin. I'm gonna zoom in a little more just so you guys can see what I'm doing, okay? All right, we are up close and personal. Oh man, my lips are so chapped. I'm just gonna go put a little lip balm on. Just to give it a little moisture. Okay. Sorry, just had to do that. If you guys are looking for a lip balm, I use the Camellia lip balm from Tatcha. Ooh, so cute. So cute. All right, let's get this going. So, just going to apply this right here. I like to do this type of design, this artistic design, just because it helps me get all the areas that I need. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. I like working in sections. I don't like putting all the highlight, all the concealer all over my face just because I like to take my time. I don't want it to go ahead and dry out in a certain area and then it just not be able to blend out. So working my way as I go. So let's blend this out. I like to bring this in by my nose too, to help make my nose look at least a little bit slimmer. Since I have not done my eyes yet, I will bring the concealer into my eyes. That way I can set it and I can put some eyeshadow on. And I'm looking over here just because my mirror is here. Let's go and bring this down just a little bit more. And I'll just put a little bit, whatever's left of it, onto my eye. You always want to make sure when you do, if you actually use concealer in your eye, you want to make sure that you have no creases or you're not missing any spots. Okay, so I'll give that one a pass. Now we're gonna go to the other side. Sorry about my voice, guys. It's a little bit horsey right now just because I have been sick. I've been sick for like a month already. They're like, oh yeah, it's allergies, or you have a sinus infection, you have an upper respiratory infection. I'm just like, yo, just tell me what's going on so I can go ahead and deal with it. I can fix it, whatever. Give me some antibiotics. But just been fighting this for quite some time now. Okay, so we are all done with this area. Now I'm gonna go with my nose, I'll go with my forehead, and then I'll go under my chin, or on my chin. I don't know why I keep saying under my chin. Like, I know I got a double chin, but I can't highlight that area. Anyway, let's do the nose. I like going up here. I don't like bringing it too much down here just because I don't want to highlight this wider area. I will blend the excess down a little more, but I'm not gonna go any lower than that. Again, just blending that out. And I do put it around my eyebrow gap here, whatever that's called. So whatever's left, just putting that down there. Done with that. Now we can do the forehead. It's a pretty little flower. And then when I do my chin, I don't necessarily add any concealer just because I don't want to put a lot in that area. So whatever I have left in my sponge, I will put right here. And then I always go ahead and do my little Cupid's bow as well. Again, whatever's left of the concealer, I'll just add there. Cool. So now I will use the ColourPop. Again, it's just gonna be a very, very small amount. That's it. Again, other side. Blend that out. And we're done. Whew. Okay, so for setting powder today, we are going to grab the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder. I will use the shade Banana Bread. Oh no, I lied. Blondie. And then I'm also going to grab Cinnamon Bun. Cinnamon Bun is a bit of a darker shade. That's for the contour process. We're still highlighting at the moment. I am going to grab my beauty blender again, and I am going to grab the powder and just add it to the areas that I highlighted. So I'll add a bit of a generous amount. I'm just going to dab. I think that's pretty good there. I'm gonna add a tiny bit on my eye, just so when I add my eyeshadow, it blends seamlessly. Same thing to the other side. I'm also adding powder to the sides. I like to slightly dab it in just so I just want to make sure it sticks, if that makes any sense. Add a little bit on the chin, the chinny chin chin. Now adding to the nose. I am ever so slightly adding this to the nose. Very, very tiny bit there. Look a little crooked. There we go. Now I like to add some setting powder right on this side here, just so it helps set my foundation as well. It'll all blend out at the end. Cool. Gonna let that set. Now we will head to the contour stage. So to contour, I will be using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder in shade Cinnamon Bun. I just got a very, very tiny amount here. Can you see that? There we go. Just a very, very tiny amount. And you can grab any flat brush like this. This is the one I use to set the powder. It's a little dirty, sorry. Just because it helps define the line. So I grabbed a very, very tiny amount and I tapped off the excess and just going to get that line. So. Okay, cool. Same thing on the other side. Okay. It does go ahead and remove a little bit of the lighter shade, but it's okay. It'll blend out completely, not a problem. Now I will be grabbing my Luxie 522 taper highlighter brush. I did mention in my previous video, you know, a lot of times there are certain brushes that have specific meanings, but you can always use them for something else. This is a highlighter, but I use it for a contour. So everything has its own preference to you. So I'm blending that line that I went ahead. So I'm blending that line that I did previously just to make it look seamless. Another thing I like to do is I like to grab a little bit more of that powder with my 522 brush and just define a little more. Okay, we're Gucci. There. The next bronzer I'll be using is the MAC Give Me Sun. Best thing ever. So same thing. I like to focus a lot on my cheek area just because I do have a rounder face since I am not the skinniest person. I like to focus on that so it can make this part look a little slimmer. The second portion I focus on is under my chin, basically jawline and all that good stuff, so I can try and diminish this area here. And then lastly, I focus on the forehead area. This is the least of my worries just because I have like a 3 head, you know? I don't really have that much to contour up there. This and this and this are my main worries. So this is something I do last just because I'm not the greatest at nose contour. I am a work in progress there. I do bring up my contour a lot, just so when I blend my blush and my highlighter, I have that area to blend with it, if that makes any sense. I don't like to just do a contour and then blush and then highlight. I don't like any of that. I like to bring it up and then bring the, it's like an ombre in a way. So I'm gonna do contour, bring it up, a little bit of blush here, bring it up, a little bit of highlight from there, bring it up, and then make sure all of that is nice and seamless. Again, just so I can make myself look a little skinnier. I mean, anything I can do to make myself look, you know, 15 pounds less, I'm with it. Everybody has a separate preference on how it is that they like to contour. I like to contour a lot. I really do. I like a little bit of a dramatic line. You know, nowadays people barely go ahead and contour. People really use a little bit of bronzer. I still use a lot of bronzer. That's just my prerogative. It's just the way I roll. All right, now we will go down to the jawline. Let me zoom out a little bit because I feel like we are a little too close. I think you guys might be in my square now. Okay, so I did a little bit of the contour here. I can start noticing that. I'm cool with that. There's still a little bit of highlight there. We're good. Now just gonna add a little bit to my temples. I like to blend right here. Okay. Next area right here. I will let this area be at the moment. So I still have that setting powder there. I will leave it there. I'm gonna do my eyes really quick and I will be right back. Okay, so eyes are temporarily done. I will finish the bottom once I complete brushing off the powder and adding my highlight powder. So just wiping all of this off with my Morphe Y2 brush. I really like it just because it's nice and fluffy and it can wipe away everything as well as blend everything out. So you guys see that right there? I like that. I like having that there just because, again, it helps. Makes my face look a little slimmer. To add highlighting powder under my areas, I am grabbing my Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette, and I grabbed the wrong one just because this one is used. Oh shit. Alright guys, sorry about that. I grabbed my old palette, a piece of it fell on the floor. I had to find it. I was on a mission, but I got it. No mess. We're good. I grabbed my other one. This one looks a little bit better. I still used, but you can tell which ones I use the most. I'll be using this middle shade here. It is Lyric. And I'm grabbing my e.l.f. brush, just dabbing around, and then I will be patting this under. Just gives it that extra lightness. And if it seems to take away from the contour that you did, that's fine. We can always blend that later on. Now, I take this extra step just because I like the way it looks. If you guys go ahead and set your face with the powder, whatever powder is that you're using, and it looks fine to you, great, just leave it as is. I like to go ahead and take that extra step and add more powder on there, just because number one, I want to look cake face. I'm just kidding. But I like setting it with another powder just because my face gets really oily by the end of the day, and I want to make sure I prevent that as much as I can. So if I add a little powder and I feel like it works for me, that's why I do it. Again, everybody's different. I have a oily face, whether I, use anti-oil, moisturize, or like oily face moisturizers, or I try to use all these mattifying things. My face still gets oily. There's no way of preventing it. So I do try to pack on powder just so it delays the oiling process, if that makes any sense. So since I added a little bit of that highlight right there, I'm just gonna add a tiny bit as well. Just a little bit. Same thing here. I'll blend a little bit of that out afterwards. Now I will go back with my Luxie brush. I'm gonna grab that middle one, Shadow Play. And I'm gonna add a little more of that contour, and I'm gonna bring it up. Sometimes when I contour, I feel like it kind of leaves the illusion like it's blushed in a way. So at times I don't even add blush, but this time I will. Now I bring this down, whatever I have left, and I bring it up just to blend that area right there. Same thing here. whatever I have left, I'll blend there. Okay, so I added the shadow under my eyes so it can look nice and smoky. Now I'll be adding blush. I'll be using two different blushes today. The first one I'm going to use is the PÜR Marble Powder in shade Pink. Pretty cute. It's a very, very light. And the next one I'll be using is the Laura Geller blush in shade Tropic Hues. This is honestly my favorite one. I got it in one of my BoxyCharms. I'm gonna start off with this one, just tapping it, add a little bit. Very, very slight hint. I like that. Now with the Laura Geller, it gives it a little bit more of a pink. Now I'm gonna do the highlight portion last. I'm gonna do my eyebrows really quick and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is basically the finished product. The finished look. I did my eyebrows, I put some lashes on, I added a lip, and then I added a little bit of highlighter. For highlighter, I used the Fenty Beauty highlighter. I used this center shade here. And then I also use the Kylie Champagne Showers highlighter. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit more just because I feel like just needs a little more. So I'm gonna use a little bit of the Amrezy. I'm gonna put it up here. You can never go wrong with a little too much highlight, ever. Alright guys, so that basically completes this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Also, go ahead and subscribe. Also, follow me on my social media pages. The information is down in my description box below. That's Jasmine_Macedo on both Instagram and social media. Again, thank you guys so much for watching.